With me now are Glenda and Lonny Satterly, and the last time they were here was their first time, so we got to know them a little bit. Today we're going to talk about something a little bit different, some challenges that we might see for sellers. So you guys, I know that this has been, we've talked about it so often on this show, what a crazy market we've been in. You know, low inventory, of course, is always a topic, and it's a seller's market, and it's this and that. But you know, I think sometimes with sellers, especially now in this market, they might have unrealistic expectations of what's going to happen, or it might not go exactly as they thought it was going to go. What challenges are you seeing them facing?
Well, I guess our biggest challenge right now is when, you know, we have so many potential sellers that come to us and say, you know, I'd list my house in a minute, but where am I going to go?
Right.
You know, so in reality, the real challenge is they're afraid to be a buyer in this market.
Yes.
And another comment we hear all the time is, but I don't want to be homeless. So that's probably the biggest one right now.
Yeah. And so how are you guys combating that? What is your answer to that?
So as part of the Joan Kelly Group and the Joan Kelly Group as a whole, year to date, we've been able to help facilitate under contract and sold transactions in the neighborhood of 195 transactions so far. So to get that done, each client presents their own story, whether they're upsizing, downsizing, moving out of the area, moving here, moving around Hilton Head or Bluffton. And so people say, am I going to sell first or buy? And so what we've been able to do is help them get pre-approved, help them to find a home, which is, you know, difficult these days.
Right.
We've been seeing unprecedented terms and offers and contracts, and sometimes that is more important than price. Mm-hmm. Not always, but a lot of times.
Sure. And
so, for instance, we helped a client, they were ready to move, and we helped them buy a home, get it under contract. We knew in the price point they were in that they could sell her home quickly. So we got her house on the market, and we had favorable terms on appraisal, home inspection, post-occupancy, and so we're going to be able to get that done for her, and she's not homeless.
yeah, which is a really great thing. Nobody
Yes.
wants to be homeless. But I think that's kind of interesting. You are doing both at the same time,
Mm-hmm.
and doing it very strategically so that, you know, they're taking advantage of both sides, which is great.
Right.
So you guys also have the distinction of being a Keller Williams luxury team. Tell us a little bit about what that means.
Well, Keller Williams Luxury basically means that you are in a network of luxury agents, not only across the United States, but globally. You have a certain designation as far as price point goes that you must meet to become a luxury agent. And so what that means to a seller here is that if for instance, you have a CEO sitting up in Manhattan that's looking for a property,
Right.
they don't sit on their computer and Google things as much as they rely on another realtor helping them. So when you have a seller here, it's a great network to have to shoot it out to, you know, across the United States and again across the world to get their listing out.
Right.
I think that's the biggest advantage and so important in this market, especially at the price point that Hilton Head is and other areas too.
Yeah. Well, and frequently, even if somebody is Googling or Zillowing or whatever they're doing, that house is already gone before they're even calling a real estate agent.
Absolutely.
So to have somebody who's got their pulse on that, you know, that person can look and say, oh, these people really know what they're doing, and, you know, is a great resource for them. So
Right.
that's really important. So how does somebody get to you guys if they're interested in talking to you about selling, talking to you about buying, those kinds of things?
Well, you can definitely call our direct number at 843-715-5822 or 23. That's Lonny's number. You can call us directly, go to our website, or reach out to Joan, and she'll connect us.
All right. Well, it was a pleasure to see you again. So we
Thank
hope that
you.
you'll return, and thank you for all the great information. It was a pleasure.
You too.
Thank you for having us.